Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and this is a Lenormand reading using Ciro Marchetti's Gilded Reverie, and it's an expanded edition. And my question, it's fewer questions. Many of you have asked about the COVID, like how long is it going to last in the United States? Many different questions, so I'm going to try and answer it from all those different angles. And the deck is spread out up here, but I did that purposely so I don't have to move things around. So you're just going to have to bear with me, even though you can't see the cards until I get them pulled. And so the question for the cards is, question to get the truth out of the cards, best I can, is now that Joe and Kamala are in charge. I know they have set up already a COVID task force, but it won't be till January 20th before they can do a whole lot. Other than they're just the main message is please wear your mask to protect yourself and others, and they're absolutely right. But let's see. The process of COVID in the United States, and like how long it might take before we're rid of it. Let's look at that. Okay, so bear with me for a moment until I get all the cards pulled, and then I'll get them in frame. Okay, so we have the whip, fish, sun, clouds, the labyrinth card, stars, and the snake. Oh, I thought it was upside down for a second. And the ring, child, public, garden or park card there. Storks, book, scythe, and the moon. Okay. So the message, well, let's look at the whole process here. With the whip, it's repetitive. There's a repetitive flow throughout the summer of next year. And that's just a cloud that we're under, and that it'll be revealed that that's that dark cloud we're under, and we're going to keep passing it around and around and around. It's just going to keep going around and around and around until, it's going around and around, widespread issues, problems, complications with the snake card. We have to be careful. This is, like I said, complications, lots of detours. It's danger. It's an enemy. It is a very, very dangerous card. It's a very dangerous situation to the public. And it's a widespread danger. So it's a repetitive flow of fluids, going out. That it's successful, in getting us down. It's really successful in getting us down, and it does reveal that it is a cloud that hangs over us, and it will be, like I said, we'll be going in circles with it because it's a widespread danger. Now, the ring is a card of repetitive cycles of treatment It's also part of the lymphatic system, mucous membranes, all of that, lymphatic system. Um, and it's also the card of our need to commit in all the small ways that we can, in all the small public ways that we can to improve the condition while this, there are, wait a minute. Normally it would be secrets, and I would want to say like, oh yeah, I get it. No, it's unknown. There are improvements that are unknown yet that are still coming. So the more need for research and study. And then this, the scythe, they'll clear it out, but this is also the card of like shots, tools, sharp tools, shots, vaccinations. And then the end result is that, this vaccination will be created. This vaccination will, help especially families there are many people that live together in the same house, and maybe there are, essential workers in that house, and they have to go back and forth between the public and the house, and then they could bring it home and wipe out their whole family, or wipe out at least the ones who with the pre-existing, with the compromised immune systems, and especially children. I don't think children are any more immune, or there's none of us have any immunity. And the fact is just because Trump got it and he's better, well, you know what? He not only got the cutting edge drugs, he also got the antibodies. And if you get them right away, if you get COVID and you're diagnosed right away, which he was probably being tested every single day, and he knew right away, he got the antibodies right away. And that's the only reason he made it through. So I still believe, I do not believe that he never had it. I do believe that he did have it, because I've been doing daily readings on him since June. And I saw it coming. I saw it through the cards coming in late September. And then early October we knew that he had it, or it was announced. But that doesn't mean that he never had it. Just because he got through it doesn't mean he never had it. We, as just normal American citizens, will not have privy to that, unless you're very wealthy. You don't get that, because there's only like 50 of them made at a batch, and then they have to decide, with the antibodies, they have to decide who gets them. So, of course, some world leader, blah, blah, whoever, he just drives me nuts. He shouldn't have gotten what he got, He should be like the rest of us. Because, and I wouldn't say that about any president ever, but he's been the virus. He has been the virus upon us. So now that he's no longer going to be the virus upon us, and he may get it again, this card is about, it's a repeat assault. It's dangerous, repetitive assault on the immune system. Lymphatic system, immune system. But also the commitment to, in all the little ways, that the public is going for to try and create an improvement, and the research that will come through, and then eventually a vaccine that we know is safe. We have to get to the point where we know that it is something safe. And there will be, there's probably going to be a third of us who will decide that we don't want a vaccine because, they're freaked out about flu shots. I don't get flu shots every year. I just don't. Because every time I got one back in the 80s, I got the flu. So I obviously was inoculated with a live culture. Well, I'm not doing that again. If I have the flu, I'll get over it. But I will definitely take a COVID vaccination that I know is safe, after it's been proven with clinical trials that it's safe. So it looks like it's coming. This is the threat, and this is the complication. But the improvements in research and a vaccine is coming. That change is coming. Let me see if I can get clear on timing. Let me use, just a little deck that doesn't have all the extended meanings. Timing, timing, timing. How long will it take to get this safe and effective vaccine? Or I'm open to it, well, it looked like it would be a vaccine, but I'm open to it being like antibodies for everybody that gets it so that they can live through it. But then again, wouldn't it be better just to not get it at all? And I don't believe that it's going to run its course. I mean, we can't wait for herd immunity, because that's ridiculous. People die when you wait for things like that. What country? Oh my goodness. There's a country, one of my beautiful viewers sent me or posted a link, I think, in the comments or something, or someone emailed me. I can't remember, you guys. I get so much information from you and I love it. I love it all, but I'm sorry, I can't remember who sent it. It had to do with minks in other countries that have COVID. Mink farms. I mean, it's brutal to me, the thought that, people raise mink just to create mink furs, and and I mean, the poor little things. It's just awful to do that to them. They live their life out in cages, and then they're electrocuted to death and stripped, like that. It's skinned. That's atrocious to me. But anyway, they have COVID. Minks get COVID. So we have to stop this ridiculous, large-scale animal farming. That needs to stop. Because that's, the COVID, the virus is the symptom. Always look for the cause. If you're ever sick, look for the cause. And look for the cause inside of you, the attitudes, the belief system, the processed foods, whatever. Look for the cause to health issues. Don't play so much on the symptom. You take what? Painkillers? And then you're just masking the cause, and you're not addressing the real truth underneath. Okay, so timing. How long is this going to take for us? In the United States. And it might, who knows, that it might come through another country. Oh, I would hope that just once it comes through, it's shared worldwide. I would think so. I guess it's Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson are the leaders so far with a virus. Okay, so how long? How long might it take? Let's see if that's good enough right there. What do we have? So the child, the tower, and the anchor. The anchor is something solid. As far as timing, this could be, it's a card that represents something small. And as far as timing goes, it's a year. The tower, this is like medical clinics. This is the, this could be the inoculation, the child, because you think of like childhood inoculations. The tower could have to do with the medical clinics. Yeah, the institutions. The testings, the trials, the institutions that get us to that place where we actually have a vaccine or a cure of some type. I don't know if there'll ever be a cure. They've never been able to cure the common cold, and that's a virus. So I'm not getting a timing with this one, because it's either the 19th of the month, I don't know, 1 year, November 19th next year. The anchor has to do with a long time, more than 1 year. But it is the goal, it is the target. Let me see if I can get some repetitive, if we get a repeat. The snake it's something that's complicated, but it's also 7 weeks. But can it be trusted? You know, snakes bite. And the rider, that's like really soon. So, all right, I get it, you guys. The message is, in a year, we'll be safe. Probably, most likely safe from it. In a year, there'll be the boundaries and the institutions, in place. The clinics, the universities will be safe. That then our goal will have been accomplished. But meanwhile, we have to take care of ourselves. Now, this tells me that like 7 days or 7 weeks from now, something could come out and they say, this is it. You know, this is it. But let me see. Is it trustworthy? Let's get some more information on that. Timing, and then something that comes out, something that's delivered. A delivery system. The lady, I don't know what the lady's about. Oh, but there's the success. Maybe there's a female who's a scientist that helps. Okay, so yeah, there's the shot, there's the vaccine. That's pretty safe, but might be dangerous to the elderly. And then there are changes that need to be made to tweak it somewhat. And it's kind of stressful. It's a complication that is stressful. And then this could be a prescription that's created, like a new medicine. Besides a vaccine, there could be a new medicine. Yeah, a prescription for the health. That's interesting. And then it stopped. Okay, wow. I didn't expect to get that. So it could be a year, and then it'll be something you can get at your local, clinic. And it could stop it in its tracks. But it could be a complicated delivery system for a while, until there's a woman that successfully brings in, because the letter card Knights over to the Sun successfully brings in a prescription as well. And then the virus is done. Wow. So there could be an inoculation and then something, oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so imagine it's like the flu, but a really, really bad flu with lots of complications, and it gets down into your lungs and and into your organs, and you're like never the same person. That's the way it started. But through discovery, health discoveries, and maybe a scientific woman that brings in some new discovery, there, besides a vaccine, that even if you got it after you had a vaccine, it wouldn't be very much, and you could still take there could be a prescription to help you get through the symptoms. Or this could also be, not just and it could also be that for people who can't take vaccines, because not everybody can tolerate vaccines, and they know it, and it could be like a genetic thing, or just a genetic thing. Then for those people, there could be a prescription, but that will take some time. The mountain takes time. The mountain card, well, there are a lot of obstacles you have to get around. But it can also be, 21 days, 3 weeks. This card was like 7 weeks. I'm thinking that in 7 weeks, there's going to be some news of a woman who discovered something that is going to help. So we'll see. What would 7 weeks be? Hold on, I have a calendar here. What was 7 weeks from? So today's Thursday the 12th. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the end of December. So the end of this year, somewhere around that. That could be the vaccine. That by the end of this year, it could be the vaccine. But then there could also be, maybe even sooner than that, some new drugs. Like maybe within 3 weeks, there could be some new prescription. That, like, if you caught it and the vaccine's not available yet, you could still try this. There must be drugs out there. I mean, Trump got tons of steroids, right? I mean, you wouldn't want to stay on those forever, but, kept him going for a while. Plus he did, he got those antibodies, but again, they're not going to be available for everyone. That's what the betrayal is about. It's not for everyone. But maybe there'll be some, maybe there will be some new antibody that does come up. Because, if you've ever been, well, no, please, don't even put that in your head. Anyone that has ever been bitten by a snake, they give them anti-venom. I think it's like an antiviral. It's an anti-venom. And they define my firefighter son, that happened to him. It was a little tiny baby rattlesnake, and he ran over it with his he was, it was like later at night, and I don't think he could see that well, but it was a little tiny one, and it was under he ran over it with the what do you call the trash can, he's putting the trash cans out, and then he felt something, but it wasn't that bad. He just thought he got bit by, a mosquito or something. And then they go out to dinner later on that night, and his ankle is suddenly blown up. Well, he ended up in the hospital with an anti-venom treatment. Cost $50,000. If he didn't have good insurance being a firefighter, this scares me to think, what could happen to somebody that doesn't have that treatment. But this could be about an antiviral medicine that is discovered. It's kind of like an anti-venom type of thing. Interesting. Okay, well, that's all I have on this. But so I'm going to say it's going to take a year. But meanwhile, it's going to take a year. And meanwhile, within a few weeks, it's possible that there's some new, possibly a new medicine that's discovered, or it's solid. It is solid that a medicine is helpful. There's a certain medicine or two that are helpful. In the vaccine, that will peacefully, just unfold. This is also a wintertime card, but it looks to me like it's winter of, the end of this year. There's something that's released and new, or released and out there. But then for the whole thing to clear through and get, I feel like it could take an entire year to get to the place where we're not worried about it anymore. So one more little question, and I'll make this short. What's the best advice for us? What do the highest realms of love and light and life want us to know for us to get through this time? What are all the things that we can do? Precautions, wisdom, support to get us through this time. Okay. Whoops. So, interesting that the mask card didn't come through. I would have thought that the mask card came through, but maybe it's just that not everybody can wear a mask, you know. So, and then maybe there's just a broader message here, but I would have expected that, you know, it's like wear a mask. I think logically we all need to just think that way and know that that's truly our saving grace. And some people even double up. You know, you can see, I see Biden has like a paper mask or something underneath and then a better mask or the thicker mask over. So that's smart. But anyway, so there's something that just keeps going around and around and around, and it's widespread, and that is misty. You know, this is like the virus, and this is the public. Just keep doing our research. The advice is to do your research over the public domain. And the snake card in this situation, you know, I think the advice is to don't betray yourself by giving away your authority. Go into your I have. The message with this card can be, you know, a warning against things that are toxic, but the main message can be like, you know, I have the ability to research and look at documents, look at peer-reviewed you know, research documents. They might be hard to understand, but there's usually like a, you know, layman's version that you can read. So, you know, online documents, there can be double meaning here. Widespread virus. While it's still going around, we can go online and get clear, because this will be a passing thing. But for the public domain, we can do our own research and prevent, you know, there can be a detour while we're waiting for prescriptions. So these are choices. This is a choice to stop going around in circles about it, because it's widespread and it's many. You know, we have to commit to our own health care decisions. We can't leave things up to the authorities to tell us this is the, you know, do this, do this, do this. Follow the science, of course, but make sure it's good science. Do your own research. Make sure it's good science and not some betrayal. And then on the rest, all these cards down here really give me that feeling of the choice is to get lots of water, commit to your own health, and get your fresh air and sunshine. In this, you know, over the winter it can be challenging, but maybe there are some type of lights that we can use indoors. You know, of course, nothing that is hard on your skin, but maybe there's a limited amount of like some type of, you know how they have those lights for seasonal, what is it? Seasonal affected disorder or something. They call it SAD. Like when people get sad over the winter because it's so dark in some areas, it could be something like that. But for the most part, no matter how bad the weather is, and of course if it's like snowing and raining out, it's harder to go out and go for a walk, but it can be done. It just would be something short, and you're like, you know, I mean, I remember when I lived up in the forest, I would always, didn't matter whether it was snowing or what, I would still go out on the deck and just breathe in the fresh air and you know, take in the trees. So that's what these cards are reminding me of. And that they can help rejuvenate you and your creativity. And for most of all, the main message is to stay in your heart. Stay in the most loving. Do not be afraid of positive feelings. Do not ever be afraid of the love that's in your heart. And know that well, the love that's in every cell of your body, that is the life force. And know that is what carries you always and stays with you, even when we transition out of this earthly realm. It's the love. It's the love of who we are, and all of the love that we have given and received. We get to take it with us. It's just like in that movie Ghost. You know, you get to take it with you, because it's the only thing that's real. All the rest of the negativity is just lessons, and it's not. You don't take that home with you. So, okay, so that's all I have. And then even though the mask card wasn't in here, it is in this deck, but even though it didn't come through, still, wear a mask. Wear 2 masks if you need. I mean, wear 2 masks just to be safe, as long as you can breathe with them. Okay, thanks you guys. Take care.